Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be talking to you about my 3 favorite musicals. For this I picked 3 quite different musicals. So the first musical I want to talk to you about is the Book of Mormon, which was written by the same people who write South Park. Book of Mormon is not one of the most BC of musicals, definitely not the most BC of musicals, but I also feel it does not make fun of the victim. It's usually making fun of the oppressor. Really, it's okay. To me, Book of Mormon is one of the funniest musicals I've ever seen, one of the funniest productions I've ever seen on stage, ever, of anything. The music's really good. The Book of Mormon tells the story of 2 boys, Elder Price and Elder Cunningham, who are assigned to go to Africa to baptize some Africans. They are very naive boys, they never left their hometown, and they think they're going to do God's work in Africa. Things don't really go according to plan because, well, to begin with, Africa is nothing like the Lion King. The music in this is really brilliant, and I feel that you won't get all the jokes the first time you listen to it. You need a couple of listens to actually pick up everything they're saying, and that's why the second time I saw the show was even better than the first, because I knew what was coming. I always feel like with musicals I like to know the music a little bit before I go into it. The first time I saw Book of Mormon I didn't, so the second time I saw this I was acquainted with the music and I was able to enjoy it much more. Book of Mormon won me wholeheartedly when I realized that not only are they constantly making fun of, well, everything, they're also, and most of all, making fun of the white American man who goes to Africa thinking he can solve all of their problems when he can't. Everyone's really endearing in this, especially the Mormons, because, well, they're so bloody nice, aren't they? And even the villain is just a lot of fun. I highly recommend Book of Mormon to anyone who likes to laugh. Because really, even while it doesn't look BC on the surface, it's actually just making fun of, you know, the oppressor all the time. The second musical I want to talk to you about couldn't be more different to Book of Mormon, and that is The Phantom of the Opera. This was written by Andrew Lloyd Webber, who also wrote Sunset Boulevard, Jesus Christ Superstar, and most recently School of Rock. Phantom was the first musical I ever saw in 2011 on Broadway, and I loved it. I fell in love with it immediately. I think the whole chandelier thing and the whole gothic 80s music, it's just, well, how can you not love it? It's great. If you like musicals, it's very likely you will enjoy Phantom, because again, the music is superb. I love it. It's very 80s. You have the drums and the guitars, which I think just scream 80s all over this. But you also have a really interesting story. Phantom of the Opera is based on Gaston Leroux's book, which was written, I believe, in the early 20th century, maybe late 19th century. I haven't read it. I don't really think I want to. I feel like Phantom of the Opera itself, the musical, just does it for me. It's all I need from that story, and I get it from the stage show. There's also a film with Jared Butler, and it's a really good film, I think. Jared Butler is not the greatest singer of all time, but he does the job quite well, and I think he's a good Phantom overall. So if you can get to the theatre to see this, I highly recommend that you see the film. Better yet than the film is the DVD of the 25th anniversary of Phantom, because then you have proper stage actors and actresses. So yeah, I think, but the film is really good as well. So I would say go for both of them. My favourite songs in Phantom are Music of the Night, All I Ask of You, and of course Phantom of the Opera. A special mention goes to Notes, because that is just a lot of fun to watch on stage. I would recommend Phantom to anyone who's looking for a traditional theatre experience, because it is musical theatre through and through. Lots of melodrama, lots of high notes, lots of big numbers. This is precious. So the last musical I want to talk to you about is my favourite musical of all time. This might change. This list might change. I change opinion every day. But, you know, at the moment, this is my favourite musical. Once. Once was written by Enda Walsh with music by Glenn Hanser and Marketa Igava, and it is just a wonderful theatre experience. Not to mention, the music is just the best there is. Once is based on the 2006 film starring Glenn Hansard and Marketa Glover. It is beautiful. So if you can get to the theatre to see Once, or if you can't, watch this. It's beautiful, it's touching, it's just everything. This program is actually from last year's Dublin production of Once. I saw it a couple of times, 5 times, in the West End. Went to Dublin last year to see it, and this year I am doing the same thing because the production is back in Dublin. Unfortunately, not in the West End anymore. Hopefully it will come back, and hopefully it will tour the UK as well. It's a very simple love story, and it wins me in its simplicity and delicacy. The stage production of Once is better than the film, for many reasons, but the main one being we get to know a little bit of the stories of each of the secondary characters, and I just love that. It just makes you feel for each one of them when you see a little bit of their life unfold on stage, whereas in the film we don't know anything about the people who come to play in the band, because that's how they come in, the secondary characters. So this is very special because Andrew Walsh managed to just bring everyone together in the telling of guy and girl story. My favorite songs in Once are, of course, Falling Slowly, which won an Oscar for Best Original Song in 2006 or 2007, I'm not quite sure of the year. I also love When Your Mind's Made Up, Gold. I probably have to stop mentioning songs because I would mention all of them because I love them all. One of the unique things about Once on stage, the stage is an Irish pub, and before the show starts and during intermission you can go up on stage, order your drinks, take photos, just enjoy yourself. The other thing I really love is that the actors play the instruments in this, so you have all the actors on stage at the same time, all the time, and it just makes it very cozy and intimate to have everyone in this Irish pub on stage. I love it. So let me know in the comments down below if you've seen any of these musicals or their film versions. I very much want to hear your thoughts on them, and what are your favorite musicals? Let me know as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!